one of the hardest things that leaders have to do is recognizing when it's not working out with a team member and figuring out how do we go forward, especially when that team member is a high performer. So I want you to first look in yourself and say, hey, am I, as a leader, setting that team member up for success? Do they have the right training? Do they have the right tools? Are my expectations clear? A lot of times those three things are not met. And if those are not met, that might be a leader problem, not a team member problem. So look at that. Two is I'd say make sure you're giving not just this team member, but all your team members, let's give them feedback along the way. If they're doing good, let's recognize that. Let them know. If they're not really getting up to where you need them to be, you need to let them know so they can work on that. And I would say at a certain point when you're considering, hey, is this something that we're going to have to take further action on? Make sure to document that. One is your HR department's going to want you to document it. And as I've told team members, I've done this before, is if we fix this, if we can correct it, it's a piece of paper and it's not a big deal. But if it's not corrected, you're going to need that documentation to go and take your further action. The next thing I'd say is let's get some objectivity around the situation. There's a lot of different ways to get some objectivity around, but I want to just highlight a couple. One is, if this position was vacant, would you hire this person to fill that position? If you wouldn't hire that person to fill that position, how does that inform you on how you need to move forward? Kind of gives you some information. A lot of times I've asked people this question and I could just see them pause and see a light bulb moment of, hey, maybe this person is not in the right seat in our organization. And the other thing I would say is let's think about what I call playing the tape forward. Playing the tape forward means is let's get our leadership crystal ball out and let's look into the future and say, hey, when we go forward in this, does this person improve with what we're working on, or does the performance still not meet what we need it to meet? So let's play the tape forward and get some objectivity around what's going on. And finally, the last thing I would say is don't wait too long. It's not fair to you, it's not fair to the team member that's struggling, and it's not fair to your coworkers. So don't let it play out too long. Give enough time, give enough tools, give enough coaching and information to try to help a team member be successful. But when it's not going to work, recognize it, and let's figure out how do we handle that with grace and be the kind of leaders we want to be. Thanks. I hope this is helpful. Have a great day.